It's what we do.
Hello and welcome to the It's What We Do podcast. I'm your host, as always, as ever. I'm Hen. On this fine episode of the It's What We Do podcast, we'll be covering... Oh goodness, I didn't think about this before I started. We'll be covering Dune, the episode I've been waiting to do for a very long time. I'm just cover a lot of things Dune. At the It's What We Do podcast, we cover movies, TV shows, and the news regarding the two. Please like and subscribe. We're on every podcasting platform and on YouTube as well. If you want to check out these mugs, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I love Dune, right? Okay. You ready for this? Okay. So, I've been rereading the book Dune Messiah. I only read it once. About a year ago, I want to say. And I guess in the excitement of the Dune Part 3 being filmed right now, I started rereading the book again. I love this book. It's like I remember loving this book the first time I was reading it about a year ago. It's a great book, and I enjoyed a lot more than I thought I was going to enjoy it. In the very beginning, there's a note from Brian Herbert, the son of Frank Herbert, the author of the book, and he says that, what does he say? He says a lot of people didn't enjoy the book as much because it kind of deconstructs what Paul is and stuff like that. If you viewed Paul as, like, the hero and stuff like that, like, the Messiah figure in the first book, and it's supposed to say, it's like, oh, if you thought that, then you got the wrong idea on what I was trying to say and stuff. So it's kind of like doubling down on it and showing like the bad side of it. I think the really interesting part, it threw me on the curveball, is just that it's a time jump and it skips over the whole entire jihad, like, Paul going to war and stuff like that. It skips over that completely, and it's just like, okay, this is the tail end of his his journey and his empire on his reign. And the way that I interpreted on why this particular set of time, it's like, and even with the other books as well, the ones I have read, they take place in the nexus of time, nexus events. I remember in the first book, whenever he fights Jamie, he says that he can't see past this, that this is a nexus event or something like that. Let's say a timeline event, the MCU, where it's like it has canon events are. And it's like nexus event where these are where the things happen, where things are set in motion, and it's like very key moments and stuff, And I feel like that's what happens in what happens in Messiah. I think it's an incredible book, and it's a lot of interesting ideas. And then Aaliyah's a lot older, and she's kind of she's just a very dangerous woman, and everyone fears her and stuff like that, her reign. But then it's not like she's interesting because, of course, she's a preborn. She was born preborn, or before she was even born, she was preborn. But she still has a certain immaturity to her, and I think that's funny. Or maybe I'm mistaking her immaturity, what I'm viewing as immaturity, as her just being so cynical. I guess maybe I could be looking at it that way. It just seems like she's like a mean girl. That's the way I picture her every time I'm reading what she's saying and what her actions are and stuff. Regina George or whatever, Georgina. I don't know. I saw the musical. The musical was pretty cute though. Okay. And Duncan Idaho, shout out the dog. Hell, it's funny. He's in every single mainline Dune book, and it's like he's. I don't know. It's I feel like it's okay. In this book, I remember reading a part where there's a dwarf that says it's the Ixians make tools. They make tools, and I feel like Duncan Idaho is a tool used in every single one of the books, and this one is using it's kind of last hurrah for Paul, he has his friend back kind of situation. And okay, what else is there? Okay, he has his friend back, and it's emotional connection kind of thing, and he's used as a tool, to try to sabotage Paul, trying to be the cause of his downfall. It didn't work out, obviously, but then I think Paul was the cause of his own downfall. Because I think Paul is the Messiah. No, he is the Kwisatz Haderach. He is everything that he is supposed to be. But he's also a cop out because he saw the golden path and he chose not to take it, and he kind of just screws up his family in the process. His son takes it over, and then he does what Paul should have done. He should have became the big worm. But then because he didn't do it, Leto has to do it. Leto 2 has to do it, and it's just kind of like a thing where I'm just like, Paul's bum because he should have done this. And it's like, I guess it's selfish on his part on that, or maybe he wasn't strong enough, honestly, because it's like taking that kind of incredible mission is hard, obviously, right? And also, I guess thinking about it too is like Paul kind of went on his revenge path and stuff, and he did a lot of destruction, killed billions of people and stuff, and in the name of of the jihad, even though jihad would have happened with or without him at a certain point, he was there, and I think it was just more like he was trying to do minimum damage, or trying to contain it, kind of thing. But with Leto 2, he kills billions of trillions more than Paul does, but it's all in the name of humanity. Like he's even like his reign was 10 times as harder than as Paul's, but it was all in the name of humanity. Trying to situate humanity on a path so that humanity will continue. I like the thing where he talks about humanity, humans. He was like, I love humanity as like a whole kind of thing, and it's like he's Jesus, I guess, is Leto too, because he had to give up his own entire life. Leto 2, Paul's son, becomes a hybrid worm at a very young age, to where even though he was a preborn as well, he never experienced his own life, like relationships and like sex. That's a big hang up in all the books that I think is hilarious. But yeah, like he didn't have sex and stuff, right? And he never had like real relationships and stuff, right? And give up his humanity at becoming the worm and stuff. That's like he did the ultimate sacrifice. And I think it's funny, I was thinking about this on the car ride home today, where it's easy to do like a self-sacrifice, like let's say like Duncan Idaho in the first book, where he just he murks some people, but then he gets whacked immediately, and it's like, yeah, he did the self-sacrifice, but it was like an immediate thing. It's like, could you put yourself through 35,000 years of like being a tyrant, and then also too, once you die, your consciousness is still going to be alive in the worms, so you're like never going to be completely dead or gone. It's like some part of you is still going to be alive, so you're just guaranteeing that your body, your consciousness, your mind is going to be tortured for the rest of for eternity, kind of thing. He did the ultimate sacrifice, and it's I don't know. I think more and more about it, and the more and more I think about Leto 2, the more I love the God Emperor for Dune and stuff. And that's my favorite book out of the series. Right now, I just finished on my second read-through of Dune Messiah. I'm going to crack on for Children of Dune. Children of Dune, I didn't enjoy it as much, but I think it was... I'm giving another shot because I know I'm biased, because I read... I read it really just because I really wanted to get to God Emperor Dune. Like, for some reason, God Emperor Dune was like the only thing I wanted to read, and I'm not sure why, but it was like, I really want to read this book so badly. I want to see the big worm, because I already knew beforehand, kind of like I had some idea that it was gonna be big worm. And then it was just like with Children of Doom, it was just like I tried to speed read through it, and I feel like I could have gone more in depth with it. So with this read through, I'm gonna start pretty soon. That's what I'm going to do. Hey, did you forget that this is a movie podcast, and I should probably talk about some movies that I have seen in the most recent of days. It is okay. I'm pulling up my AMC app to pull up the movies I have seen in the most recent times. I need to get a swig of water because I feel my mouth drying up. That's good. That's good. Okay. Now let's see what bad boys of movies I have seen. Okay. This past week I went over to the AMC Unseen screening. It was Itswhatwedopod. It's about some it's about a family that runs horses. It's like a lady, her husband passed away, and then she's just trying to, raise horses and stuff. And make a business out of it, or has a business of like selling horses and stuff. And also take care of the kids in the community, including her own children as well. And just, I guess, yeah, just it's like a caregiver kind of thing. She wants to do good and stuff for the community. It's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be weapons, honestly. But it was a solid, it was okay. It was okay. It's like one of those more like artsy kind of thing. It was good though, and then those girls can ride too, because like they're like really good at riding. Like they got a certain, it's like horse girls. That's the way I picture it, but it's like that kind of thing. It was pretty cute. Okay, I saw The Naked Gun. It was funny. I just didn't think too much about it, because it's like a lot of the humor is very like, okay, like one thing I've been telling people is like Liam Neeson goes to Pamela Anderson and is like, please take a seat. Pamela goes, no, thank you. I have enough chairs at home. And then they have a conversation. And then right when she leaves, she goes, you know what? Actually, I'll take a chair. And she takes a seat with her, It's like that kind of thing. And then, I saw The Bad Guys too. I haven't seen the first one. I need to. I should have probably seen it beforehand. But then they gave a recap at the very beginning. And it's like, I felt like that's meant for me, because it's like, hey, I didn't see the first one. So here you go. It was cute. I would definitely say it is a kids movie, but I think there's enough for everyone anywhere in that situation. Yeah, it was cute, animated, bunch of animals and stuff. What else did I see? Oh, I saw a sketch. It's another Angel Studios joint. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It's what is it about? It's about a family whose mother just passed, and then the two children, the father dealing with their griefs in different ways, and then the daughter's art projects, because that's the way she expresses herself. She makes a lot of monsters that kill people, drawings of it. That's her way of grieving and coping and stuff. And she throws it into they fall into a river or lake pond thingy, and the pond makes it come alive. With that, then they have to fight through it and stuff, and it shows like the relationship between the father, the daughter, and the son, the siblings, the two siblings together. I really like the relationship, because the son is trying to be cheery and talkative and stuff, like not acknowledging his grief and his pain and stuff. Like he's trying to be there for his family, and I didn't realize that until deep into until they said it in the movie. I was like, oh, that's what he's doing. He's like deflecting, like how a lot of men do that in real life. And then it was just like he didn't grieve, losing his mother as well. And yeah, I really liked it, and it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Angel Studios, I think, is very slept on, and I guess too, Angel Studios is getting a lot more traction. They're putting in a lot more work, and I'm a big fan of theirs. It's a Christian Christian movie production, whatever. But I think they're really solid in the work that they do. It's not a but, it's just that they are. And it doesn't necessarily try to, push any Christianity down your throat. It's more of a, like the themes and messages. That's what they try to do. I think it's the more important thing in there. Like it's trying to push people to learn lessons and grow, and some of the movies that they do have, there is a lot of faith and stuff, but it's never heavy-handed, and when it's not, then it's not. Like the frontier, like with that movie, I'm not sure what I'm saying, but Angel Studios, I love them and stuff like that. They give out free tickets as well on their website. You just got to sign up for it and stuff. And then because they just want to put out positive messages and stuff like that. They have a lot of good work. And it's not the first movie of theirs I've covered on the podcast. Okay. I saw Oh Hi again. It's a funny movie. And then seeing Dylan O'Brien, and then the other lady, great chemistry. I just think it's so funny whenever there's a scene where there's a girl talking to her boyfriend, and he's tied up to the bed because they just got done going through sex, and that's what they were doing. And he's tied up, and then she goes, "It's like, wow, this is our first they go first trip as a couple." And he goes, "Couple? I thought we were just having fun here." And it's like, oh goodness, it's like I haven't heard that one before, right? Heard that conversation so many times. And then she holds him hostage, like as he's still tied up to the bed for about 2 days. And it's a hilarious movie. I really enjoyed it. It's funny. It's really funny. And yeah, I remember I saw it in an unseen screening as well. It's way better than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, what else we got in here on this bad boy of a list of movies that I have seen? Okay, we have the movie Together, the Dave Franco, Brie Addison joint. Super cute. It's of course the movie's a metaphor about what's it called, being with a couple, so being with your significant other so much that you blur together, you don't know where you start and ends. And what's that other thing? The being with someone just because out of convenience, because you've been with them so long, instead of wanting to be with them in the moment. Big lot of lessons. And then it's pretty much a couple. They move to a small town, and in the small town there's a puddle, and then the couple drink from the puddle together. I remember Mr. In the Weekly Planet that they weren't sure if the lady drank it. She did drink from it. He filled up the water bottle again, and then she drank from the water bottle. So they both drank it. To clarify, I know they weren't sure about it, but they did both drink it. And there's also a Easter egg for them. I forgot what it was. It's like James and Mesa was on a computer screen, and it was there. And then I was like, technically, that Easter egg is the Easter egg of all of us as well, because we're fans of them. And it was like something about them being stupid, and then their fans being stupid as well. But let me see if I can find it really quickly. I think it was on. Let's try Blue Sky, because that's what I think that's what they've been using a lot more lately. I don't think they're fans of what's that one thing called? Okay, here it is. Of Twitter or X or whatever. Okay. Here, okay, this is a quote from the movie. Oh, I'm sorry, this is a screen grab. Okay. Okay, where is the quote? Okay, brain drain. Professional idiots James and Mesa bring joy to like-minded fools. We're the fools in the situation. So I was like, technically, that's the Easter egg to all of us. I would have loved, though, if they would have thrown in wackadoodles. Wackadoodles? I can't remember the exact word for it. But that's the term that they use for their fans. And so us, the fans, It's funny, too, because, like, even this podcast is a very unsuccessful podcast. We've been doing it for way too long without any success. It's a pretty much rip off of them and stuff, or it's just like their structure and just my thoughts and stuff. One thing that's different between me and them is just that I think our mindsets and what we enjoy are very two different things. And like I have a more open kind of thing where I try to. No, that's not technically true. I mean, no, it's true about me, but I'm not saying about them. But we have different tastes and stuff like that. And I could see that a lot of times in our reviews and stuff about movies. Like, our opinions will be not corresponding with each other. And that's okay. That's how it is always supposed to be, different opinions and stuff. Like, I think I could do that to a certain point, but I would like some similarities and common ground. Like, if there's certain great reviewers, like let's say 3C Films, he's great on his news and his reviews, and his videos are amazing and stuff. I can't really watch his movie reviews very often because I just have such different taste as him. Like, there's been like many times where like I would watch one of his reviews, and my ideas and feelings towards it's so different to where it's just like, it doesn't give me the entertainment for it, because I guess in my head I'm just like, oh no, it doesn't mesh well with my thinking. But someone like Jeremy, I forgot his last name, I normally have like very similar, like, or I think Grit does an incredible job of just highlighting the best parts of it, or the good parts, or the more positive parts of movies than the bad stuff. And he doesn't really focus a lot on the bad stuff. And that's something I guess we try to do on the podcast as well. Just focus on the better stuff, because it's like at the end of the day, we're just at the movies to enjoy ourselves, And it's like I want to enjoy it, so it's like I'll put on the blinders if I have to, for whatever movie, Yeah. Anyway, that was a long spiel for nothing. Okay. I don't think I've talked about Smurfs. I saw the new Smurfs. It's cool, I guess. It's a kids movie. Yeah, it was a movie. I'll say that. Don't really remember that much about it now, thinking about it. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. Hell, I want to talk about one thing I've been slacking on so hard about is watching TV shows. I have all the streaming services and stuff like that. I have more streaming services to go around, but my issue is just actually cracking down and doing it. I've been spending a lot of time in the theater, and of course, I have time to go to stay home and just watch shows and stuff. But I just don't have the right, maybe setup or whatever, or I don't know. It's just at home, I have a harder time watching things, Maybe that's how I'm mentally separate the two. When I'm in the theater, that's why I watch things. When I'm home, I don't, to like hold my mind off of it, because I have gone through burnout a lot of times too when it comes down to watching a lot of shows and movies and stuff. Like it will cook my head. I have an auction going on right now. I think it's for a toothbrush that I'm trying again, so I'm going to check to see if okay, I need to sign in. I remember yesterday I was trying to get some Beats headphones, and then it just kept on going up and up. I was just like, Jesus Christ, just stop betting on this. Bike riders. I was like, stop betting. And it was like the last seconds. I remember I was in the movie, and I stepped out the movie theater just to, continue the bet. It was the last couple of minutes. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, just stop this now. Okay, I'm signing into my account, and I thanks for the toothbrush, and it's taking a little long, so I'm just kind of worried now that I'm going to lose my bid. Heck. I went to a new movie theater yesterday when I saw Sketch. It was really good. I'm sorry. I already talked about the movie. I'm talking about the movie theater. It was in Frisco, the AMC out there. I already used up my 4 tickets, so I did buy this one. But it was a Wednesday, so it was discounted rate. It was really nice theater. And the mall was just like, what the hell is this? And I like to set up this mall a lot better than North Park. I freaking hate North Park because the setup is so confusing. I get lost there every freaking time I go there. And then as soon as I walked into this one, they had signs to go AMC's upstairs. Maybe I just went through the correct entrance and stuff. AMC, I always have to do laps to find the AMC. But it's like their setup on the mall is just more like a straight line kind of thing. And it's a lot more convenient to walk around. And so, okay. Let's see. Oh, crap. Okay, let's put a bid. $24. Jeez. Okay, I got bidded out. Okay, $26 on a freaking toothbrush. Okay. 26, and that's where I'm calling. Okay. $2. What is this? Okay. I'm put $3 here. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's put $5. Okay, come on. Let's get this bad boy. For some reason, the Wi-Fi is not loading up very well, so I'm having to. What am I having to do? Okay, I'm winning it at $4 right now. Let's see. Okay, I have to refresh the page. I'm gonna turn the Wi-Fi off. Maybe that's what's making it run slow. Okay. Let's see if I'm gonna win a toothbrush today. Okay. What do we think, guys? Who are we taking the dove today? Okay. They got. Okay, it says. I thought it was about to run out and it has 34 minutes, so never mind. Well, anyway. Okay. The one at the Frisco Mall is really nice, and I remember I was just walking around because I had some time to kill before the movie. I also went to Barnes & Noble's right there, And then I went to the food court. In the middle of the food court, I noticed a bar, and they had like tabs, like outs like tabs you pull, for the drinks. And I remember walking up, I was like, and I saw there's non-alcoholic choices, and I was like, oh, okay, non-alcoholic bar, like that makes sense. Have that more than an actual bar in the middle of a food court in the mall. I walk up, I was like, y'all got alcohol? Like, is this only non-alcoholic? He's like, no. We have alcohol too. And I was like, what the hell? And he was like, yeah, do you want to start a tab? I was like, start a tab in the mall? In the middle of the food court? And I was like, no, I'm fine. I had one beer there, but it was just like, I was just like, only drank it really just because I was like, this is crazy in the middle of the food court. Because I can normally go over to Grapevine, and then they have a Chili's there, right? And I normally drink at that Chili's or eat there and stuff before a movie. But then that's inside, like it's its own little thing, on its own side at the food court. It's its own entire thing, And this, it was just smack dab in the middle of the food court, like where the tables are. It was right in the middle of there, like it wasn't on the wall. I think it was hilarious, Anyway, it was a nice wall and a nice theater and stuff. Heck. Let's see. This week we have there's the Freakier Friday movie coming out. I have no intentions of watching it. I did see the first one a lot growing up because I feel like we all did, right? I'm not into comedies, as everyone knows about me. So no intentions of watching that one. Hopefully the movie does well for whatever. But yeah. Weapons, I'm definitely gonna watch that. I'll probably watch it today after I'm done recording. I'll at least put my thing to upload. To process the SSD into the computer, before I leave, just so it's like I did something, to get a head start on that. But then after that, I think I'm gonna go see Weapons. I think there's another movie that I was seeing that's coming out today as well. It's called. Let's see. Okay, I'm pulling up my AMC app right now. I'm a A-list member. Shout out A-list. John's as well, but he's a fresh new baby, so it doesn't count really. Okay, Weapons, Freakier Friday, Strange Harvest, heck, and then Superman's still playing, right? Yeah, Superman's still playing. I'm gonna watch that tomorrow with my brother. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I saw the home as well. That's the Pete Davidson joint. I think I talked about this already, but it was a good movie, and I did enjoy it and stuff. And I was surprised on how much I did enjoy it. It was a movie, for sure, right? And horror. And then I think it's Pete Davidson at his, like, acting best kind of thing. Because, other things I've seen him in is, like, comedy and stuff. Or maybe The King of Staten Island. That's a good contender on his best thing. But this is, like, the first completely different thing, It was, it was kind of like we did one of those Eat the Rich kind of movies, where it's more like there's a bunch of rich people that's playing games with these people, with these poor people, and there's a certain nutrients in the back of their eye that makes them young. So like the little society, they're like hundreds of years old and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good movie. I spoiled the movie right then and there, but hey, it's a good movie, and I do recommend it. I don't think it did so hot in the box office, but that's not a testament on how good the movie was or not. It is a good movie. Okay, I need to at least get one clip from this and stuff, right? Okay, let's talk about Superman. Okay, so the Superman movie right now is looking like it's itching at over 500 milli worldwide in the box office. This is for the landscape of comic book movies right now. This is a dove. A lot of movies aren't doing so hot no more in the comic book universe, and movies across the board as well. Even though this movie isn't, like, let's say, a big success compared to, like, past movies, even like the Man of Steel, it's that one, not even counting for inflation, since all the Snyder nerds love talking about that. It is doing well for this landscape. It's already one of the top movies of the year, box office wise, and it's not even that much money. I think Warner Brothers and James Gunn and the DC studios all knew that beforehand and stuff. So it was like, as soon as, I think once they hit the 500 threshold, or like fours, they understood that it was in the green then, and it's like, this is this is a win considering. I feel like they have to go through a not only a like restructuring thing with the DCU, with their movies and some, but then they have to restructure the whole outlook on comic book movies on a new generation, on a new era, because it's like that MCU era where every movie was hitting like $1 billion casually. It's gone for like COVID and then like the quantity and stuff like that, and other factors. So it's like now it has to adapt to be successful. And I think, with the Superman movie, it was just like, let's get a solid, great movie out kind of thing. Next up, there's going to be the Supergirl movie, and then also a Clayface movie. And then the Clayface movie, I feel like that shows that it's like they're putting story first again. Of course, I know James Gunn has talked about, the script has to be 100%. They have to be happy with the script before it goes anywhere. I understand that. But it's just like, it's an easy thing to say. So we need to get Superman right. And then doing Supergirl is like, it should be an easy layup, on the writing on the back of Superman. But then Clayface is going to be a straight up horror movie that's going to take place in the universe, right? And I feel like that is showing that it's like, we're just trying to get good projects out and like not follow this kind of cookie cutter, not follow this formula that has been created in the past by like the MCU and stuff, because it's like it's still going on, of course, the MCU, but it's like DC can't do that because the landscape is so different now. And James Gunn has talked about that he's going to be he's working on the script for the next Super Family movie. I wonder what's it going to be. I wonder if it's going to be something like Superman, Supergirl, and they're going to like team up to fight Brainiac, maybe like in the way that My Adventures of Superman is doing it, where they're both in space fighting off Brainiac. I think maybe it's going to be something like that. That's just my first initial guesses, right? Heck. Another thing I've been hearing rufflings about was the Teen Titans. But it sounds like it's just rufflings. It's nothing concrete. I think it's just still too early on for any of those kind of things to be really popping off like that. What else is happening? Oh, yeah. So, yeah. There's a way to cut that up. I was just kind of rambling there. Hey. Fantastic Four, it's not doing so hot in the box office. Not unsurprisingly. I think it's just something, I'm not sure why, because it's like I hate saying this, like the MCU has changed and stuff like that, or the quality, and sure, there's just a dip, but then it's like, I think every project that has came out, movies and TV shows and stuff, have been solid. It's just not as solid as, I guess, I'm not sure even to what standards, because it's like, we could think about certain movies from like the pre-Endgame era and stuff, right? But then there's like a handful more that are on top of them. But I think the idea for the MCU just to do like, I think it was like 2 movies a year and a show, maybe, it sounds like a good way to slow things down and just just bring down the budgets and stuff and make it more of an event again, because Fantastic Four is a really good movie. I saw it twice already, and I think it is slept on, and a lot of people just don't appreciate it as much and stuff, I think it's going to be a coot of a time. Oh, my goodness. Oh, No. Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking about work right there, and then I was thinking about if I sent the right door. Then I was like, no, wait, I think I did an oak door whenever I meant to send a Musar. But then I realized it was like, no, wait, I wasn't using Latitude. I was using a Ford Light oak door, which was the only type or whatever Ford Light that we use for tri-point. So there's only one option for me to do. Okay, I was about to freak out right now. Sorry. Anyway, I hate how work just emotionally gets me and stuff. Heck, at work and stuff now, no, I'm not talking about work. I do not like work. Okay. In my journals, I have this is my Bellroy Tokyo messenger bag. It's super cute. I just got it probably like a couple weeks ago and stuff. But the real magic is inside. It has a magnetic snap. You see? It just snaps in place. You hear that snap? You hear that? it just snaps right back in place. And then it has a magnet thing to open the pockets like that. You see? This is going to do great for audio listeners. Shout out my boy in the Netherlands. No, Sweden. I forgot where. Okay. Then I have my Belroy portfolio. The 11 or no 10, 9, something like that. So I have this bad boy in here, right? And in here, I got this new field notes. I love field notes. This new field notes journal. And this is the Chicago one. This is the 6x8 notebook. And I really like this one. It's super cute. And I use it in the front pocket of the my notebook. No, I'm sorry, the portfolio. Like that. You see? And then over here, I have two journals. They're both field notes. These are the same size. These are smaller journals, right? Let's see what size are they. Don't say. Okay, so one of these bad boys, this one right here. What is this one? Okay, this is everything I have seen. So every week, every month, I list down everything that I see. You see? And it starts from December 2023. Jesus Christ. So I have all of 2024 here. I have some good months. I have some bad months. It is what it is. I use and then so I keep that. I try to keep the best way I can do. And I try to include all the movies. Those are easy because they're all in my AMC app or the Fandango, whatever. App, so that's easier. The harder thing to keep track is on the shows and what episodes and stuff. I try my best, and then comic books as well. I try my best with everything, but it's not going to be perfect, and I understand it, but it's just like, it's a nice way to keep record of things for me. I enjoy it. I don't know why. And then this bad boy, it is my watch list. Whenever people give me ideas and stuff like that, I was like, hey, you should watch this or should watch that. I throw it onto this bad boy of a journal. And then, of course, I don't... And then whenever I do watch things, I have a process where I use a red marker to cross it out. And now you might be asking yourself, well, whenever you get ideas, whenever people tell you, do you take out this journal and then write it there on the spot? Because it's not like you're going to carry around a backpack everywhere you go. And you're right. So I carry I'm getting out my wallet. I carry this wallet out, right? This wallet is a Belroy Field Notes collaboration. And in here, I have another journal. I have another journal. And in this journal is the one where I write the watch list and stuff. And then just miscellaneous notes and just small little things I want to add to the podcast and stuff. Like I have this one. Amazing Stories. It's a show on Amazon. And I have it to add to the watch list and stuff. Sun, Superman. Don't know what I mean by that. Clark and Lois show. Okay, yeah, I'm talking about that. I want to watch that show. But then also, there's a whole thing with Dean Cain where he's like, oh my God, I love ice. And I'm just like, shut up, bro. Whatever. It's not that I'm against anything, but it's just like, I find it annoying whenever people are so in love with the government on whatever side of it is, but you shouldn't feel that passionate about the government, Anyway, and then like right here, I wrote down Nightwing issue 128. And then I said NW, Nightwing in Titan's Tower. Oh yeah, that's what happened in there. It's like, I forgot exactly, but it's like, there's an M from a different dimension. The Bad Knight? No, Wing Knight? I forgot what it was, but he has his own little imp thing. And then he's taking over the Titan's Tower, and then he's trying to fight, and there's like different versions of Nightwing in it from across the board, Go Loser Ranger, Mean Machine, another thing to add to the watch list. And I don't know why, but whenever I put watch list, I put WT, and I don't know why. I think maybe because I'm thinking about the last letter, maybe. But it's like, why would I put T? I don't know. But anyway, that's the one I use this one journal for. Is for like just miscellaneous notes and stuff. And then also, I put it in my backpack right now just because whenever I was leaving work, I had it on my desk. And then I just put it in my backpack. I also have this nice pen. It's a Sharpie pen. No, yeah, it's a Sharpie pen. It has some nice weight to it. It's like a metal. It's a champagne out color, I want to say. And then it matches the color of my car. So that's the reason why I bought it. I was excited because I just got a new car recently. Okay. Oh, I didn't even mention in the for the Chicago Journal, that one, it's the same thing as the one in my pocket. Oops. The same thing. Hold up. It's the same concept for the one in my pocket, but yeah, just more notes and stuff like that. That one's supposed to be more of a condensed and more like direct, like what I want to do and more following up kind of thing. It's like I'll read the notes. My plan is to read the notes from my small journal to the big journal, and then make more of a plan kind of thing. Heck. Oh yeah, this other thing I was going to talk about with the Dune. I'm going to reread Children of Dune, and then I'll jump back into Heretics of Dune, and with Heretics, actually finish the book. I stopped halfway because I think I was going through like a burnout of Dune, so I need to reread that one again and just actually immerse myself in it, and then crack on with Chapter House Dune Chapter House. Yeah, and then go from there and from the extended things, because it's like I have a lot of Dune knowledge and stuff, but then it's like, how much can I really say I have if I haven't even finished the series, So I need to do that. Heck, what else is going on? What time have we running at? Let's see. Oh, only 40 minutes. I can do a little bit longer, especially too since the movie's not going to be for a while anyway, so I have time, right? Let's think about something else to talk about. Oh, I saw Bato work at a Rangers game. They had a meet and greet at the Rangers Globe Life ballpark. It was funny because that's the day I asked my boss if I could take a long lunch, and he was like, okay, sure. And he was like, okay, but I was just like, I'll work it on the back end, like get out later and stuff, which I did. And then as I was looking up the information, I saw that I was like, do I have to buy a ticket for this? And I was going through the comments, and then the Globe Life replied back, said like, yeah, you need to be in the game, like at the stadium, inside the stadium. So then I bought a ticket. The cheapest ticket I could find was like $30. And then afterwards, when I get there, for some reason, I thought it was a day game, but it was against the Yankees, so I think maybe that's why. That I would just find parking easily and not pay for parking. But then as soon as I get there, I was like, oh, crap, I forgot about this. So then I paid $45 for parking just because I was like, I'm on time crunch, I need to get back to work or whatever. This is way before the gates. This is right when the gates open. The game's at 1:35. I'm there at 12. And then, they open the gates at whatever time. Then they start the lineup, right, for the queue. I'm in the queue, I have my flag that I have, and I have a ball cap that's a Arrow McLaren hat, and then I'm excited to get those two things signed and stuff, say hi to Pato Award and stuff. And as we were waiting in line, there was a guy. He was already really drunk. It was already 11 in the morning or 11 noon or whatever, and he's already drunk. You can see he's stumbling a little bit, and he has a beer can in his hand too, as well, for good measure. He looks over to Pato Award and he goes, "It's like, I'd rather see a woman golfer drive than him. She's way smarter than this dumbass," or something along those lines, right? And then he continues walking down, and then everyone starts booing him in the crowd, because we're all obviously fans of Pato Award, right? Boo! And then he goes like, "What? So y'all are booing a woman golfer?" And my natural reaction, yes. And I click in my head what I said, and I just turn around, because he was right in front of me, like 5 steps away, so he heard what I said, because at that moment there was no boos. We were hearing his reply. I just turned around because I was like, I don't want to deal with this, And then he goes out some other things or whatever, just talking crap about it. I don't think he knew who Pato Work was or anything. It was just more of hey, I'm drunk and I'm angry drunk kind of thing, so I'm just gonna be upset. I think it was that kind of energy. I don't know, of course, what kind of drunk he is, but that's the energy I was pulling. And yeah, security just kicked him out And it's funny because it's like the game hasn't even started yet, and he's really drunk already and already getting kicked out, And so, whenever it's my time to go up to take a photo with him, they were like selfies only. And I was like, shit. I was like, I suck at taking selfies. It's like, I don't take selfies, Like, taking it, even in the mirror, I'm just like awkwardly. Whatever. So I'm just like, whatever. Take the photo. No, I'm sorry. The first thing he does, I like put my hat and the thing on the thing. I was like, I'm shaking. I'm nervous. I'm sweating. I had a sweater on too because I thought it would be in and out. I didn't think there was gonna be that many people, right? And I was just gonna go straight back to work, so I didn't think to take off my jacket. And then the shirt under, I didn't want that shirt to be what's in the photo, so I was like, it looks better with this little sweater that I had on. And the first thing I say to him was something. It was like, "Hey, it's good to see you. If you don't, can you sign these, please, if you don't mind?" Yeah, it breaks my heart every time with the Indy 500. And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, it's so sad." I remember this after I started like falling over my words, and then he was like, "We'll get them next. We'll get one." Something along the lines. And then there's a lady right there, like his handler, and then she was like, "Hey, you need to hurry this shit up." And then, take the photo. It was super cool and stuff. And then I just remember and then he had like a little card. I think I have it right here. He had a little card giving out and stuff, right? I was like, this is sick, right? I'm shaking a little bit still. And then I look at the back on this card, right? And I was like, oh, it has some information on him. A little bit ripped by accident. It says nationality, Mexico, and then date of birth, 1999. His birthday is in May 6th, so right after Cinco de Mayo. And when I saw that, I was like, Jesus Christ, he's younger than me. And then it just got me another reality thing where I was just like, God, I just got so excited to meet someone younger than me. Don't get me wrong, he's an amazing driver, but I was just like, I need to calm down. It's just like, it's not that level kind of thing like that. It's just like, get over yourself. It's like I have a friend who's like a professional boxer, and I feel like that's it's like a very similar thing in a lot of ways where it's just like, just don't be so fucking excited for no reason. I don't know. But I'm a big fan of Pato O'Rourke, and hopefully he's number 2 in the standings right now, and hopefully he continues to go well. And yeah, I'm excited to see. And I know he has a contract till 2027, I want to say. So yeah, 2027 in McLaren Aero. I wanted to see him to take the jump to F1. That was the next thing I was about to say. If I had another moment to say another words, was saying, I was like, and I'm excited to see you one day in F1, because I know he does some of their FP1s and stuff, but it'll be exciting to see him actually, like, in proper regular smuggler, like on a team F1, and a good team, right now. Obviously they have the McLaren team and stuff, but there's Lando Norris and then Oscar Piastri, and they're both absolute dogs. So it's like there's no chance that they want to do, because it's like right now McLaren's at the top of their game with their car and stuff. So it's like with those two drivers and that car, it's a perfect combination. Don't get me wrong, I think maybe if Pato O'Rourke has been in F1 for a couple of years, maybe he could have been a dog of a bloke in that machinery as well. But it's like, you never know kind of thing now, or there's no way to know now, right? But it's like, he could be amazing on some other teams or however it goes, It's just about, being in the part for him, because he's such a good driver already. I think it's just more about being in the proper machinery at a certain point, because it's like those two things go so hand in hand, And in F1, there's not a lot of play with team switchings. There's always a silly season, but not that crazy, Hey, what's the other thing? Yeah, he's doing great in IndyCar and stuff. What else is going on? I don't know. I think... Okay, let's talk about what I want to watch this week. Okay, I want to watch Go Loser Ranger, Eyes of Wakanda. I should probably finish Andor. I barely started it. And then Last of Us Season 2. There's a lot of things to do. And then I'll probably rewatch some... I got the movie Rush. I think me and my brother are going to rewatch it this weekend. We're going to watch Superman. And then I'll probably give him a couple of DVDs because it's like I don't even have DVD players, so there's like no reason for me to have them anymore. Yeah, I think. I'm not sure what I'm doing anymore. Okay, there's another thought that I had about the whole. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Alex Palou. He's already, freaking won the season off in IndyCar, won almost every single race this season and stuff. I remember he had the contract for McLaren. He was going to switch over to McLaren, and then I think the way it was supposed to line up was that he was going to take the McLaren F1 spot, and that was the whole plan. But then he backed out of it and stayed with Penske. I want to say it's the team. Could be wrong. Can't remember the team that he's on right now, because he was like, I'd rather stick with this team because it's like the chances of me going to F1 is slim to none or whatever, or something along the lines. He was talking about that. But then think about it this way. Now I thought about if he would have switched over to the F1. No, I'm sorry, the IndyCar, right? And then he would have got that jump up to McLaren. I think he could have had that spot of Oscar Piastri. So then he would have been in a race capable winning car and possibly winning everything, in F1. And I think that's just a crazy thing. Alex Palou is absolute dog of a bloke. He's, he won the 500 this year and stuff. Yeah, he's incredible driver and stuff. Hopefully, Pato Award wins it soon, coming up. Hopefully, next year, it's. Anyway, I think this might be been in pod. But thank you very much for joining us on this episode of the It's What We Do podcast. I'm your host, as always, as ever. I'm Hen. We're on all potting platforms, potting platform of your choice. We're also on YouTube. If you want to check out these mugs out. Thank you. Good night, and big kisses.